My name is Anita. I came from a poor home in the village. My father died when I was 12, my mother was sick all the time, and we didn't have money. I stopped school after JSS 3. Things were hard. One day my uncle came from the city. He looked at me and said, "Anita, you can't stay here and suffer. Come with me, I will find you a job in the city." I followed him with only one bag. My clothes were old, I didn't even have a phone, but I had hope. When we got to the city, he took me to a big house. It was beautiful, like what I saw only in Nollywood films. The gate was tall, the compound clean, and the house was painted white and gold. I was scared but happy. "This is where you'll work," he said. "They need a housemaid." I nodded quickly. A woman opened the door. She looked at me from head to toe. "Is this the girl?" she asked. "Yes," my uncle replied. "She looks skinny," the woman said. I looked down, I didn't know what to say, but the woman let me in. Her name was Madame Juliet. She was the wife of the house. She had 2 children, Junior and Bella. Her husband was always busy. I saw him only once that day. He was tall and quiet. His name was Mr. Raymond. That first day I cleaned the whole house. My legs were shaking, but I didn't stop. At night I slept on a small mat in the store, but I was happy to have work. At least I could send small money to Mama. That night I cried a little. Not because I was sad, but because I was thankful. I told myself, "Anita, no matter how long it takes, your story will change." I didn't know that my story would really change, and that one day I would no longer be the maid, but the boss of that house. Every day I woke up before everyone. I cleaned the sitting room, washed plates, swept the compound, and cooked food for the children. Madame Juliet gave me orders like a soldier. She shouted a lot. "Anita, why are you so slow? Move fast." Sometimes I would be washing clothes and tears would fall from my eyes, but I wiped them quickly. I didn't want Madame to see. She would say I was lazy. The children, Junior and Bella, treated me like I was nobody. Junior would throw his toys on the floor and shout, "Pick it, Maid!" Bella would pour juice and say, "Clean it before Mummy sees it." I did everything. I never complained, but sometimes my heart was heavy. I wanted to leave, but where would I go? Mr. Raymond, their father, didn't talk much. He went out early and came back late. But he was not like Madame. He greeted me sometimes. He even said thank you when I served his food. One day I was sweeping the living room when he entered. I quickly knelt down. "Good evening, sir." He looked surprised. "Evening, what's your name again?" "Anita," I said softly. He nodded. "You're the new maid?" "Yes, sir." He looked around the clean floor. "You're doing a good job." Those words touched me. No one had told me that before. I wanted to cry again, but this time it was not sadness. It was something else. I felt seen. Madame Juliet didn't like it when her husband talked to me. That same night she said, "Don't ever stand close to my husband. If he needs anything, I'll give it to him myself." I just nodded, but inside I was shaking. I didn't come to destroy anybody's home. I just wanted to survive, to eat, work, and send money to my mother in the village. But something was changing. I didn't know it yet, but my life was slowly moving towards something I never expected. It was a Saturday morning. I had just finished washing the children's clothes and was hanging them outside. My hands were sore. My back was hurting, but I kept working. I was used to pain. Pain had become my friend. Madame Juliet came outside and looked at the clothes. "Oh, you call this clean?" she shouted. I turned, confused. "Ma!" She pulled one shirt off the line and threw it on the floor. "Oh, you're stupid. You think I brought you from the village to come and waste soap?" Before I could speak, she gave me a dirty slap. My ears rang. I held my cheek. Tears filled my eyes. "I'm sorry, Ma," I whispered, even though I knew I washed the clothes well. "You better do it again, foolish girl," she barked, then turned and went inside. I picked up the shirt and continued washing. But this time I cried quietly. That day I wanted to run away, but I remembered my mother. Mama was sick. If I left this job, how would I send her money for medicine? I had to stay. Later that evening, as I was mopping the floor in the dining room, Mr. Raymond entered. He saw my swollen face. "What happened to your cheek?" he asked. I quickly bowed my head. "Nothing, sir." He stepped closer. "Did Juliet hit you?" I said nothing. He sighed. "You're too young to suffer like this." He looked at me with pity. Then he walked away. That night I couldn't sleep. Why did he care? I was just the maid. 2 weeks passed. I kept working, but I was always scared. Madame shouted more, the children insulted me every day. Even the gate man, Uncle Monday, laughed at me. One day I fell sick. My body was hot, my hands were weak, but I still cooked breakfast and cleaned the house. As I was mopping, I fainted in the sitting room. I woke up on the floor. When I opened my eyes, I saw Mr. Raymond standing beside me. He looked worried. "You're burning up," he said. He carried me in his arms to the car and drove me to the hospital. For the first time in years, someone treated me like a human being. He paid for everything. When we returned, Madame Juliet was angry. "You took the maid to the hospital?" she shouted at her husband. "She's not a dog," Mr. Raymond replied. "She could have died." From that day, Madame became worse. She hated me more. But something else also started that day. Mr. Raymond began to check on me more often. Sometimes he asked if I had eaten. Sometimes he brought medicine. Sometimes he just said, "Thank you, Anita." Each time my heart beat fast. I told myself to stop thinking too much.